Hello and welcome. Have you ever wondered if wormholes were real? Today we will be discussing this topic. About a year ago or so, maybe more, scientists with NASA and others discovered what may be real wormholes, like in the movies. I thought I would share this info with you. I will also be talking about time travel. Our Earth with other planets and stars have magnetic waves around them. These waves are basically like what you see in the pictures. You have probably seen many movies with this type of traveling. Wormholes are no longer looking like fiction. Even in labs, they can apparently produce the magic. If you look at the pictures, you can see magnetic waves shooting out into space. Now, when all things out there, including the sun, are giving off magnetic waves, this gives us a chance to see wormholes and use them. Theory, of course. As you see in this pic, the waves will shoot out and interact with foreign waves, coming from the sun, etc. Then the Earth waves cross with the foreign waves. It creates X points. This cross section is where wormholes will open and close. Problem is, they are unpredictable and size can be huge to small. But let's say in theory that we can stabilize the hole. We can then enter the hole and travel the magnetic wave right around the other side of the sun, almost in an instant. So this is what the new science tells us anyways. Since we are on the subject of weird travels, I would like to talk about time travel now. Back in the 90s, I picked up a book by Stephen Hawking. I was very much interested in space and time travel, so I started reading other people's views on it. I had a theory when I was younger about time travel, if it could be done. The theory went something like this. Let's say we could time travel in some device, no limitations. Problem is, we can never really time travel on a timeline that we exist on, because as soon as you go back in time and you are changing it. But let's say this doesn't matter and I want to go back and save a friend from dying. So we go back 10 minutes before our friend is about to die. We will say a traffic accident. Okay, we save friend, but what we actually did was branch the time like a tree. The trunk is your present timeline and branches are a subset of that present. Guess what? You can go back the 10 minutes again and there's your friend dying again. You can keep doing this forever as you cannot change the original timeline of your present. So now what we have, what I call branches of present with subtle changes. Your friend lives and dies on two different or more timelines, depending on how many times you save them. There is also a theory out there, not mine, that you can only time travel to the point where the time machine was invented. When I had that book I talked about with Stephen Hawking, I found an address email to get a hold of him and send my theories. My theories go on more than I state in video, but this is just a simple explanation. I did receive a reply from an assistant saying thank you, etc., and will pass it on type thing. I never heard a word back. This was in mid-90s at some point as I was using Windows 95, I remember. So me thinking nothing of it, one day see my theory in a movie and other such things as time progresses. Hawkins even wrote a new book talking about it. So now you can see where I'm heading with this. People do find it hard to believe, but it doesn't matter. Myself, Stephen, and the assistant know the truth. But it got me thinking, was he doing this all the time? I will bet there are thousands, especially nowadays, that send him lots of stuff. But lesson learned, copyright your stuff or idea through many things. I wish I had the original email as I lost the address back then. So I hope you enjoyed the vid and you learned some new science. If you ever have any questions, don't hesitate to ask. I know quite a bit about fringe science and it isn't from YouTube. Most of these people on YouTube are just giving you old info that I knew way before YouTube existed, but at least it's getting out there for younger people to explore.